When Game Freak remakes a game, there are a lot of features and ideas from the original games that are updated to really fit what a new remaster of old Pokémon games could display. But what are the features we don't want to see? With a possible Diamond and Pearl remake in the future, not saying it's for sure this year, just saying it's possible, we find what the Pokémon fans do not need in a Diamond and Pearl remake. Today we'll be discussing what aspects of the original Diamond and Pearl games, as well as the franchise in general, does not need to have implemented or recreated in a new main series remake of Generation 4. Welcome to the 7 unneeded features in a Pokémon Diamond and Pearl remake. Don't you put these in, Game Freak, I know you can hear me recording. Masuda lives upstairs. Number 7. Let's Go Mechanics. One thing about remaking Pokémon generations that haven't gotten one yet is an experience that stays true to the first time we journey through that adventure, but even more enhanced. But changing a whole generation does make us hope that it stays in touch with what the originals made fun, without adding too many things that would really never need to be added in a remake. Let's Go was fun in its own way because it was a recreated Generation 1 journey rather than a dedicated remake of Red and Blue, like Fire Red and Leaf Green already were. It sat in its own side category of filler main Pokemon games for the year, which I'm not implying as negative, but it wasn't in the sequence of how games were sectionalized in their own categories, and it had its own subcategory. It would be weird to go from Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee to Diamond and Pearl remakes with these completely different catching mechanics and atmosphere that wouldn't instill the nostalgia we're hunting for, or even keep that special touch in a way a remake should, with just simple similar gameplay and updates in other areas, rather than just pure change. Some people cannot carry that much change. Number 6. Mythical Pokemon Gifts. Generation 4 was known for introducing way more accessible mythical Pokemon items. Instead of begging your family to go to Japan and jumping into a mystery portal that was there, that would then transcend your Game Boy Advance into a new world of possibilities and triangles that would unlock a Pokemon you were unable to catch otherwise, they sent them directly to you over Wi-Fi, straight to your DS. And with that, they included little quests. I mentioned in the last video that it would be great to have new mythical Pokemon quests. Now what I'm saying in this video is to just not even give us mythical Pokemon without the quests. If we're gonna go from original games having even just a small 10-minute side quest that lets you get into a battle with these Pokemon so you can catch it naturally, to it being automatically deposited into your PC or your party by an NPC, you might as well just not even give it to us at that point. You can just transfer it from an old game then. I'd rather have it to where we catch the Pokemon by mashing A multiple times in an encounter, rather than by mashing A through text about how I'm being given this free Pokemon from a code that I got in my Apathy meal. Number 5. A tutorial. I do not need to be told how to play Pokemon. I press a direction key and A on occasion and the game pretty much plays itself. Catch tutorial is fine. It's nice to see someone like Wally catch a Pokemon for the first time while hiding the fact that this is a tutorial, because you feel like it's just him learning how to catch Pokemon for the first time in his life, rather than having dialogue that directs you in a way to say that you, the player, might not know how to catch a Pokemon and telling you where to click. A 5-minute quick recap of all the mechanics in Pokemon is cool, more so for showing off a character's beginnings and how they learned, but for a remade game, it should not be focused on you, the player, and just be implied that most players would know how to play the game already. It's also just better not to have one, as anyone who is new to Pokemon would have a better time being thrown to the fight pit with no knowledge and figuring things out through trial and error to get some sense of accomplishment. The tutorial that does not need to be done at all is this 2-hour Pokemon School section. Diamond and Pearl didn't have too much of that in the originals, but I would be disheartened if they throw that in there for added game time under the guise that it's for new players. Remakes, and really games in general, should lead the player to figuring things out on their own, instead of just handing things directly to them and forcing the resources onto them. Number 4. The Underground. I'm just joking, they really need to put that in there. Don't take this seriously. Ow, who threw that rock at me? Really, number 4. Type Substitution. You remember how Flint was a Fire-type Elite 4 member? What if I change all of the red on his character model to any other color? Would you still remember he's a Fire-type member? The same thing happened with Volkner. His team had 2 non-electric types. Even though these substitute Pokemon had moves that fit their type focus, the types that these 2 trainers were supposed to be focused on didn't really resonate with the players who battled them, as these Pokemon were just substitutions for the type they were supposed to be known for, as Diamond and Pearl apparently didn't have enough Pokemon to fill their teams. They did fix these teams up in Pokémon Platinum, but I don't want to see Volkner with an Octillery or Flint with a Steelix in the main story and then only change in the aftergame. That's even acknowledged by the fact that those Pokémon were swapped out in Pokémon Platinum. Hopefully through the main game there isn't a limitation on how many Pokémon there are for certain types, and that each gym leader and Elite Four member can have Pokémon that fit the idea they're presenting, instead of having filler substitutions due to the lack of type inclusion. Number 3. An overabundance of story. We don't need 15-minute cutscenes or hordes of text boxes. This isn't saying just have no story, but this section is simply saying to make a good story without being overbearing onto the gameplay. One of my concerns with Pokemon games is the pacing. When you get to play just a little bit, but then get stopped by a forced cutscene, play for a little bit, and then repeat. It's like a fitness instructor giving you poor breathing instructions while you work out. In through your nose, stop, hold it, puff out one small breath, breathe in again, now out again, in, out again, in. This is what happened in Pokemon Black and White. Aside from just how everything is paced, what needs to be removed and updated is the context of the story itself. I still don't know why Archie wanted to flood the planet. Where was he gonna live? Atlantis? Pokemon Diamond and Pearl have even more problems as the focus is on time and space. And if we're going into the theories of alternate dimensions and timelines with the creation of Pokemon as a story while there's some guy just wanting to destroy the world because he doesn't like emotions, that can easily be poorly written in a remake of the game if they try to go too ham. There's this thing called minimalism, where I can put one decoration here, one there, a black couch here, the TV on a stand over here, and you know what? A little suave fern. But if I start putting buckets of glitter on my walls and grow a forest of vines while stapling leaves to my desk and start selling Herbalife products so I can be the top hun, maybe we have a problem. Be direct, simply state, write a story that brings wonder to the eyes and is compelling to the reader and those who experience what you're making. There's no reason for a game to be inundated with every little minuscule possible detail that you can focus on, and giving unruly examples to drive your point home to the audience multiple times in the assumption of anyone playing misinterpreting it. What do they think this is, my channel? Good luck, Pokemon writers. Be concise yet bountiful in your storytelling. Number 2. Exact area replications. One thing I talked about in the new features for Diamond and Pearl Remakes video is how Mauville City was updated from the original games to a completely new and spectacular place to explore in the remakes. We don't need the exact look of each city, but keeping the style to use would be great. I'd love to see some cities in a new light being more than just HD. Little added features, touch-ups to make areas better, and even new interactions or trainers being placed would really sell this game for what it's worth. There are things that need to be kept in, however. If they get rid of the Krogunk billboard in Prastoria City where you can put your head in it and take a picture, I'm going to flip. But removing a few details, like buying out all the family-owned real estate in Sunny Shore City and replacing them with overpriced condominiums just like Toronto, would really give you a great vibe, wouldn't it? Truly perfection. But in all seriousness, using Sunny Shore as an example, having those glass walkways updated to go to even more important places in the city, and changing them up just a bit to make it its own adventure while being on the second level of the city is the perfect explanation I can give for not needing exact replicas of the layouts, but doing something better with the tools you have at your disposal. Number 1. Shiny Locks. We don't need this. Who asked for this? It's not a matter of wanting every Pokemon to pop up as shiny, it's about having the chance. If they really want to increase the supply and demand of shiny Pokemon, they can just lower the possibility of mythical and legendary Pokemon being shiny when you encounter them. Just make the save point only accessible before a 50-minute cutscene to deter resetting, if that's what Game Freak is trying to do. But completely removing the ability to even have the chance to have a shiny Pokemon, and getting to see those clips in playthroughs, streams, or even just videos posted on social media, is a good thing to have as everyone gets to see the joy from this small chance. Locking shinies behind a gifting wall, or a special event that's not even a quest, only controlled by Game Freak's desire to release them, and not even giving it the chance to happen naturally in a playthrough is rather disappointing. You really can't stop hackers from giving away fake shiny Pokemon, and I'm almost certain that just about every legendary and mythical Pokemon in Generation 4 has already been given out through events as their shiny variant, and of course, were also able to be hunted for in the original games. It takes some of the magic away from seeing a special shiny Pokemon, as well as the joy of just having the option to try. One of the greatest moments in Pokemon is knowing that someone could have had the grand moment of randomly encountering a shiny Dialga or Palkia without even trying in the regular playthrough. Or even seeing someone reset 8,000 times and getting to feel the relief of the wait being over. That's just something that shiny locking takes away, and I hope Game Freak can give us the chance, even if they just increase how infrequent the odds are of encountering one in the game.